What's going on, Bengals fans? We are back yet again for our Overreaction Monday video. The Bengals finally got a Week 1 victory, taking down the Browns 17-16. Did they get lucky at times? Absolutely they did. But you came away with a win. I think that is a very positive thing for this Bengals team that in years past has been starting off very, very slow. So if you guys want to start off the season even faster and win in Week 2 and start off 2-0, win against the Jags in Week 2. Get down there and like today's video for me. It's not something Bengals fans can really say over the past couple of years, so get down there and like today's video. All right, my first overreaction today is the offense is cooked. I saw this one in our live chat yesterday. Look, guys, this is an absolute overreaction. You're really going to sit here and tell me that you do not believe in Joe Burrow and the weapons on this offense? I kept saying it yesterday, and I'm going to say it again because I think it is absolutely true. If there's anything the Browns have, it's a really good defense at the end of the day. And sometimes you're not going to go out there and score 35, 28 points, whatever it is. Very good stat here from ESPN Browns beat reporter Daniel Oyefusi saying with his ESPN Research, the Browns held the Bengals to 7 yards in the second half. It's the fewest yards in the second half of a winning team in the last 25 years. Cleveland outgained Cincinnati 327-141 and doubled up on first downs 22-11 in the 1-point loss. Absolutely. The Bengals offense was not very good yesterday, but at the end of the day, they went out there and they got the job done. They did what they needed to do. I thought that first drive, it was a really solid first drive for the Bengals. Took up like 7 minutes off the clock. It was like 14, 13 plays or something like that going down the field. And also, you took care of the football. At the end of the day, that was the difference in the game. You won the turnover battle 2-0. So while the offense did not necessarily have a good day, you're going to sit here and you're going to say that you don't believe in this Bengals offense. I think it's a crazy thing to say. My second overreaction, this one's just straight from me here. CTB just might not be it. Maybe I'm late to the party on this one, but I'm with you guys on this one at this point. CTB did not have another good day yesterday against the Browns. He was targeted multiple times, targeted 7 times in that ball game yesterday and allowed 6 receptions on those targets, allowed 76 yards. I think his average depth of target was something like 8 yards from the PFF stats that I saw. And I think the average depth of tackle was like 15 yards or something like that. So, yeah, you might be getting hit on those little quick slants or something like that, but still, you're not getting him down. The coverage grade was awful, 36.3. He was the lowest graded player for the Bengals on those coverage grades. Look, you spent a second-round pick on him back in 2022, and we're 3 years later at this point, and it just still doesn't really seem like CTB is helping you out at all on the defensive side of the ball. And that secondary really struggled at times yesterday, and CTB really got picked on against the Browns and Joe Flacco yesterday. So are the Bengals going to move off of them? That might be a possibility. That might be something that they strongly need to consider here in the next couple of weeks before we get to that trade deadline here. So I want to hear from you guys down in at the pinned comment of today's video. Is it time to move off of Cam Taylor-Britt? Let me know what you guys think down at the pinned comment of today's video. Type Y for yes or N for no down in the comment section of today's show. Overreaction number 3 here. The Bengals got lucky in this one. This is not an overreaction either. The Bengals did get lucky in this ball game, and that's fine. This is the NFL. You're allowed to get lucky in the NFL. I said it yesterday as well. This isn't college football, guys. You don't have to pass the eye test. There's not a committee out there saying, both of these teams won, but this team actually looked better than this team. It does not matter at the end of the day. You went out there and you scored more points than them. Your defense held up when they needed to. Sure, you got lucky with the missed extra point, with the missed field goal, but you also capitalized on some opportunities as well. You had those interceptions in the game, and you took care of the football as well. So Yeah, it's okay to get lucky. That is totally fine at the end of the day. You can capitalize on that. You can move forward. You can build from some of those mistakes that you had in that ball game. You just continue to get better as the season goes on. All right, we'll continue here with some more overreactions here in just a second, but today's show is brought to you guys by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every single day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. I use Prize Picks for so many different types of sporting events, whether it's professional football, baseball, basketball, college sports, MMA, boxing, and so much more. Prize Picks is a ton of fun, and if you guys know ball, you can win real money all season long on Prize Picks. This is what we got cooked up for the Monday night games here. Justin Jefferson just needs one touchdown in that game. Caleb Williams going with the less than on passing yards for him, 218.5. And then Will Riker going with the more than on field goals made, 1.5 for him. Prize Picks is super simple to play. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. And if you get your picks right, you can cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money today. Prize Picks is also the best way to get action on sports in more than 40 different states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. So download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That link is down at the pinned comment of today's show. It's also going to be down in the description of today's show as well. It's Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Now, I can't believe I even added this one on there. And the only reason I did is because I went on Twitter and I saw multiple people saying this. I saw some people saying it in our live chat as well. Fire Zac Taylor. I just don't get this at all. This is a crazy overreaction. It's a psychotic overreaction. Like, you can be mad about play calling if you want. I'm not going to be somebody that's really mad about play calling. The only thing that irritates me, a lot about Zac Taylor is the fact that he is so slow getting the play call in at times. You saw early in the second half yesterday, the Bengals had to burn a penalty because they broke the huddle with 10 seconds left. Joe Burrow didn't like what he saw, so he wanted to change the play, but because you didn't get the play call in and break the huddle until you had 10 seconds left, you had to burn a timeout. There's another time in the game where, the play call came in late. You had to burn another timeout there in the second half. And then when you really needed those timeouts late in the ball game, you only had one left. So, it was an issue last year as well. And it's something that needs to be fixed. But, calling for the, head coach to be fired after you win a game, I think that's absolutely psychotic. You can be mad about different things when it comes to Zac Taylor if you want, but you won the ball game yesterday. Chill out. This is a crazy overreaction. All right, so the Bengals right now, after that Week 1 win, are your AFC North leaders, but we are actually third right now in our AFC North sub-battle here at Chat Sports, behind Steelers Talk and Ravens Rundown, but we are ahead of the Browns. I want to continue to build this channel and, catch the Ravens Rundown and catch Steelers Talk as well. Steelers Talk, almost to 100K, so they're a little bit bigger channel, but, Ravens Rundown, they're only about 35,000 right now. So we can definitely, make some movement and catch them. So help me out. Make sure you hit that sub button. We are going to be live for every single Bengals game. We'll also continue to put videos out for you guys as well. So join us here at Bengals Breakdown and hit that sub button for me right now. All right, the last overreaction are the penalties are still a problem for this team. I think this is a mild overreaction. The Bengals had 7 penalties for 33 yards in this ball game. And, the ones that really stick out to me were the ones that were on that first drive when you were out there on defense. You had 3 penalties on third downs that ended up extending drives for the Browns. And, yeah, you could maybe say, I think, 2 out of those 3 penalties, I think there were actually 4 on that first drive, but 3 of them specifically were on third downs. You could say maybe, that one pass interference, what probably wasn't one. I thought the, Trey Hendrickson one was kind of soft, but it is what it is. You can't hit the quarterback in the face. I know he was trying to get his hand up and, bat the ball down, but, there were, you can kind of say that the referees were super soft in this game, and they did also miss some penalties. I missed it actually in the game because we had so much going on here during our watch party, but man, Joe Burrow got his helmet just completely turned around by a face mask. The referee is right in the background of the photo, and no flag on that play. So, yeah, while the penalties did kind of rack up a little bit for the Bengals yesterday, I don't necessarily, it's something that can't be fixed. I thought the referees were a little bit soft in that game yesterday as well. So, as of right now, and you were on the road too, and that's right on par. 7 penalties on the road was what the Bengals averaged last season as well. So I don't necessarily think it is a problem yet, but things like that have got to be fixed. So get down in the comment section. This is kind of a fun little weigh-in here for you guys. Grade the referees in that ball game yesterday. A, B, C, D, or F. You could spam F in the comments if you want, because that missed face mask call was absolutely egregious, and there were definitely some soft calls there early in the first half. So get down there, have some fun with this one, and grade the referees from that Bengals versus Browns Week 1 matchup.